Hey, thank you so much for watching the Bunkies YouTube channel. My name is John, and today we're going to talk about the Amcrest video doorbell. I want to say a special thanks to Amcrest. They sent this out to me so I could review it on video on YouTube just for you. I do have quite a bit of experience with Amcrest. I am currently at home and I have, I believe, 6 cameras. I'd love to get more and more and just wire up the whole place. Additionally, I have an office with 10 Amcrest cameras on it. So I'm at, 15, 16, plus this doorbell. So I do have quite a bit of experience using a whole line of their products. And they were great enough to send this out to me so I could review it, show you how to install it, and go from there. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Additionally, let me know in the comments if you have a video doorbell and which one you have. And also let me know if you've used Amcrest and what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Alright, so here we go with the unboxing. It's pretty straightforward. I will say that their packaging is definitely gotten way better. As you can see on the front here, this is the model AD110, which I believe is the only model that exists currently. It has motion alerts, includes 2 faceplates. So you can see there basically a silver or this black one. Two-way talk, full HD. On the side, it says install the doorbell, connect it, download the app, get alerts and notifications. Talks about the warranty here and their app for iPhone or Android. And then some of the more technical details here, which I will post. We'll go ahead and open it up. So I'll kind of slip out this box here. Let's see here. All right, so we have their community, which you can join and go through different things. It talks about the app, a getting started bit, information about the warranty. If you have any Amcrest cameras, not just this doorbell, I highly recommend this. Amcrest.com/firmware. If firmware comes up for your device, they send you an email and you can update it. This is great for security or when they're patching different things. And then we have 2 things. Number 1, installing the chime kit. Number 2, installing the doorbell. So we'll go through those. Next, we have the faceplate over here on the right. So looks like metal, definitely is plastic, but that's just fine because it'll be sitting outside. A drill bit, the chime kit, screwdriver, another screwdriver with the torx head if you don't have one, which is great because most people actually don't. Some wiring, and what do we got? Just some more accessories for installing, mounting it to the wall, and then the actual video doorbell itself. So there it is there. And that's it for the box. I just love how they present everything in the box. Companies have definitely done a lot better job doing this. All right, so the next step is installing the chime kit. So I put a little 1 here at the top. I know most of us don't read, we just plow through it. But we have a chime kit. We need the wiring harness and a screwdriver. And then when you open this up, it's pretty straightforward, which is nice. It says, need help, give us a call. Install the wire harness to the chime kit. Turn off the circuit breaker to the doorbell. A lot of people tend to forget that electricity can kill you, or hurt you at least. Remove your existing chime cover. So it's just usually just a almond box on the side of the wall unless you've changed it. Loosen the screws on the existing chime itself. Connect the chime kit, and then replace the chime cover, and we are done with step 1. So, right here in this kind of pinkish clear bag here, you can see we need this green chime kit. So we're going to go ahead and open this up without wrecking the wire. And we got some extensions. Oh yeah, so this is great. This is super long. So you can put your chime kit maybe outside of your doorbell if it doesn't fit in it. and then you can put these directly on the chimes with the screws that are already there. I'll come over here and grab the chime kit box. Got some 3M tape on the back, and then this only plugs in one way. So a little bit of push, and there we go. So now we'll move upstairs is where our doorbell is, and we'll install this. Alright, next step is turn off the breaker. This is mine, yours will look different. I usually just turn off the entire house. We do have ours labeled, but we have some miscellaneous strands that aren't quite on this labeling, so I'd hate to get electrocuted because of a doorbell. So I turn that off. I will say if you have any computers, make sure they're off before you hit this switch. Alright, so here we are at the doorbell. On the top here is just a magnetic switch that I put on kind of before smart doorbells, where if you click the doorbell itself, it notifies me through SmartThings or HAS.io, which can be a whole nother video. If you want to see it, just let me know. Alright, so just kind of a basic doorbell cover, came with the house. I think it's a little bit older, not sure. Go ahead and pull this off. So you can see on the instructions they have screws that are placed right on the chimes. Mine are placed over here on the side. Now it's really hard to read, but the topmost one is labeled front, trans, rear. I don't have a rear doorbell, but if I did, this one right here would have wiring. Typically, both my wires are red, but this one would technically be red, and this one would be black, based on newer doorbells that have the correct color wiring. Now, the wiring harness might be hard to see. One wire is blue, or at least blue striped, and one wire is all white. The white and blue one goes up here where the red one is, that is labeled front, and the all white one goes right here where it's labeled trans. So you just got to keep that in mind. Another thing is the chime kit is this big. It's not really going to fit in here nicely without touching either both these terminals here or running into something else. I already have something hanging out the top here, so I'll probably put this up here and then run the wires along the back. So I'll take a look at that now. All right, so I'll go ahead and put the screws. So you don't take these screws out, you just loosen them. So you don't want to impact the wires that are already there. If your doorbell doesn't work, that's what's happening. So I'll just unscrew this. And then I'll grab the kind of heads here. I don't know if that's loose enough. So I'm using the included screwdriver. It's a good one. The back spins. It's kind of nice. It's a nice touch because you can install these and then actually get a functional screwdriver out when you're done. Oh, the wire is going to come right out when I push this. So let's put this down here. And we're going to pull these apart. So you can see there's one, and then I don't know the official name of these heads, but they do make this really nice because you don't have to bend the wire to get them in. It's going to go under the existing wire. All right, so I did them at an angle on purpose because I want this wire to go outside of the box. So I'll do that. I'll get the top piece here. And then I didn't put a hole in this, I just left it as is. And then I'll put this here. Give it a little punch. And then I'll clean this up and make it nice. Or the boss won't approve this. So for now, I will leave it like that. All right, so now we're on step 2. So we completed that first chime kit installation. It says we basically need everything else that's in the box. If you need to drill into concrete, a masonry drill may be required. Okay, that's fine. All right, next one. Step 1, remove the bracket from the faceplate. There's a pre-installed faceplate and the bracket on the doorbell that will need to be removed. Use the Phillips head screwdriver that comes with it. Place your fingers in the indentations on the sides of the doorbell and pull away. So we will try just that. So I'll take this out. And then we'll open this up. Already sealed, so it's kind of, oops, go into it here. Feels really nice. I mean, it's weighted. This is a nice setup. So on the bottom we have just a regular screw. So we'll take our included screwdriver, put it in here, unscrew this. I'll do it over the box because I have a tendency to lose those kinds of things. Next, place your fingers. Oh, it looks like it's going to fall right on out. There we go there. Next. Step 2, now we're going to remove the doorbell, the old doorbell. So if you have an existing doorbell, which probably 100% of people do, otherwise you'll be wiring the whole thing. Remove it, mark the holes. If it's concrete, mine is, I believe, I have to look if the doorbell matches the screws, probably not. Step 3 would be to loosen the terminals on the back. Plug in the wires. So some alternates here if you need wire extensions. It did come with those. And then mount the doorbell on this plate. And then insert an SD card, which is optional. And then turn it on. So that's great. So we're getting there. Alright, so we'll get to it with this. Alright, so now we're outside. It just snowed a ton and you can hear the drain pipe dripping. Can't do anything about that. But we're going to remove the existing doorbell. This one's pretty old. It's been here since we moved in, but the sun has destroyed the plastic on this. I'm sure it wasn't yellow originally. And then you can see here, you should just have 2 wires. And then mine's wood, so I can just screw directly into it. So first, we'll take off. Let's see, like spiders live in mine. There's one, we'll put it over there. And number 2. May not fall the fuzz. Alright, so that one's gone. Alright, so next we take our plate. You can line it up. I'm just going to put, the hole where the hole is. Just kind of piece that through. And then, let's see here. Piece that one through. And then that'll be perfect. If you're going into masonry, so concrete or brick, you're going to want to use the included drill bit. I should actually just get my drill instead of screwing these in. Let's see. Let's try it. Yep, we'll get a drill for this. Alright, so I forgot to hit record on that last screw, which is pretty much just me fumbling trying to get it in. I got this one here. Of course, neighbor dogs are going to bark right when we're doing this. This one kind of went in at an angle. I used the existing hole, so hopefully it's not quite flush. Hopefully it's not an issue, but we'll find out in just a minute. Alright, next it says to loosen these terminal screws. Mine weren't actually attached, they're in a bag. Which I think is fine. But, so I attached them, they have these little washers. I don't know if you can see them right there, little washers on them. Those are the ones you want. I don't think it matters which cord, but we'll find out in a minute. So, let's hook this on. If you can't quite get the hooks, I haven't done this yet, but you could get some pliers and bend them around the terminal screws to get them to stay on a little bit better. All right, so let's try this again. All right, and there we have it. We're getting there in our video. We are on the mounting bracket. All right, so I just pulled this off, and there's a QR code here that I'm covering, so you can't claim my camera. But I pulled off the faceplate, which I failed to do before. And over here on the side is where you would insert the micro USB. And then that's how you change from silver to black. I didn't do it on video. It was really hard to get off. They say to put the fingers in the side and pull it. I ended up putting a screwdriver in the side and just shimming down here slowly so I wouldn't break the plastic. So that's one part that I did miss. It does say in the instructions, but I'm an American and I cruised right over it and didn't read it. Anyway, so we'll reinstall this back on. Alright, not sure if you can see in the video. You should see it has a little blue light. And I'll do the security screw. There we go. It's nice and snug now. I thought the bottom screw here would be Torx, but it's not. It was just a Phillips head. Alright, just to show you, I know everyone's house is different. Mine's got like a maroon trim. That's the silver plate. Or the black one. I'm sure you could spray paint them. Just put a little sandpaper on them and spray paint them. I think I'm going to go black because it's a little less conspicuous. And it blends in a little bit more. Oh, it's pinned under the case, of course. Beautiful. So there it is. Now we'll set it up on the app. So now we're going to go through setting up the Amcrest Smart Home app. Here I am in the Google Play Store, and here is my phone over here. I have Android, but it's pretty much the same minus the store. So you can go to play.google.com/ all this other stuff. I'll put the link in the description and click install. Additionally, they have the iOS version in the App Store. Make this bigger so you can see it. You're essentially looking for the Amcrest Smart Home. So they have a bunch of other apps that Amcrest makes. You're looking for this one here. It's got the house with this kind of aura of a house around it. That's what you want. So here I am on my phone. They match each other. That's what you want. All right, so we'll shrink this down and we'll set it up. So we're going to go ahead and click Amcrest Home. So open that up. Give it a minute to load. All right, so now we have the Smart Home app installed. If you have a username and password, you'd enter it in here, or you click Register. United States is where I am. And I'll type the monkeys log. And then you check this box, and it basically sends you a verification code to verify you are who you say you are, and you have essentially a minute to get that code. So it just came in on my email at the top. So it's 444648. Whoops. All right, so we click OK. Now we're going to create a password. It's going to show it what it is, and I'll change it later. Never use this password. It's essentially just to set this up, and then I'm going to change it. So I hit OK. And then it says, do you want it to access photo, medias, and files? I say yes. That is basically so if you want to save stuff to, hold on, that's just my screen sharing software. If essentially you allow to have media file access, you can save things to it. So now we're going to add a device. Do you want to allow to take pictures? Yes, and the reason is you got to scan that QR code. So hit allow. And then now it's looking to scan, so just hold on 1 minute. All right, so here we are. I scanned the QR code, which I didn't want to show because I move it around so much and blurring it out is hard. But essentially the front of the camera has a little QR code. You scan it, You connect it to your Wi-Fi by pushing the reset button on the side that I pointed out earlier, and then you're in. So here we are here. You can see this is just a picture of the live video. If I click on the picture itself, it then shows me the actual live things happening on my street. So I'm at a dead end, as you can see. You see a car just drove by. If you look kind of over here, that's kind of the only live action. People do pull into this cul-de-sac, so I'll see if there's any false positives there. We'll get into setting this up more. One of the first things I always do anytime I get kind of new tech set up is I look for updates. And I did do an update, but I didn't push record. But what I did was I clicked the gear icon. I went to firmware update, and you can see it's 1.0 all the way down here. It was 190 something. It updated to 191113 as of today, which is March 4th, 2020. Latest version, it had a different version here, and it said update. That's over and done. I always highly recommend doing this. So I'll go back. Device information's in here. I'm not going to pull it up. It's all serial numbers, etc. I want to keep that stuff private. Amcrest chimes. You go here is kind of the next step. You go to link digital or mechanical chime and you choose. Mechanical is when you see chime rods in there. When you click the doorbell, they bounce. It's the bounce that makes the ding dong. So up is ding, and it goes down and goes dong on a piece of metal. Digital, there's no mechanical movement. It's just a speaker doing a chime or no chime. Mine is mechanical. It doesn't even work that well, but I set it to mechanical. Next, we'll go back. Motion detection. So I can go here. You can turn it on or off. This is the best thing about the camera, is it tells you when there is motion up front. This is great for me. My office is in the basement. I never know when someone's at the door because I can't hear it. So now my phone will tell me, hey, there's someone at the door. You can have a schedule, range, detection zones, etc. If you want more information on this, do let me know in the comments. Call notification. This is on by default. When someone hits that button, it'll show me a live video on the screen here, and then I can talk to them, and that's what's great about these things. Storage status. I don't have an SD card in it, but I think I'll get one and try it. Time zone I did set. I'm on Mountain Time, and we do daylight savings here. Sharing the devices if you want to share with someone. Wi-Fi settings, reboot, and then the doorbell tone. So the chime volume on the doorbell was pretty loud, so I turned it way down. I didn't want to scare people off with my noise of the doorbell. And then there's some other tones as well that you can choose. And then that's it for the basic settings of the doorbell. So I'm pretty happy with it overall. We'll let this load up. The quality you can't really tell when I switch between SD and HD. And I think it's because I'm sharing my phone screen to this screen here. But it is super smooth. You can see a couple cars. I'll see if another one drives by in a minute. That drive by there, it's super smooth. This little scarecrow guy in our flower pot, you can see there's just a little bit of wind. There's no chop, there's no lag. And this is, I'm probably 50 feet and a floor down away from the doorbell. And I know it's on Wi-Fi, but that's how, I'm right next to the router. And the doorbell's, 50 feet and a floor off. So it is actually very smooth movement in here. And I'll give it some time and test it and repost a video if you're interested. But I can talk, I can listen. So you have, maybe Amazon Prime doesn't hit the doorbell. You can still listen and see. You can take a snapshot, you can record, and then a multi-view if you have multiple things set up. So that's a run of the app itself. All right, next we're going to go into the cloud recordings at the bottom. And then, like I said, I'm going to buy a microSD card. We'll try that out later. So I'm going to cloud recording. So what this does is essentially stores things to the cloud. You can store them locally. What's nice about this is you have a backup, and if you're on vacation, whenever, you can pull all this stuff up. So I'm going to go ahead and click Activate Cloud Storage. see what it does. So I have free 1-year trial, which is insane. Most people do 30 days or 7. This gives me 3 days of storage, 12-second recording with a 7-minute cooldown. What the cooldown is somebody moves by the camera, it records them for 12 seconds, and then doesn't do anything for 7 minutes. This is similar to the Wisecam, does something similar. I think their cooldown's either 10 or 12 minutes. Maybe even be 15, it's way out. But this is that kind of cheaper option. It is free, and you are putting it on their cloud server. So I think this is a really good free trial to try this out. If you want the same thing again after that 1-year period, it's $1.99 a month. And then if we go down here, we have 7 days of storage, which I think is really great. No recording limit, no cooldown. So you're just recording everything. So I haven't tested the motion detection, but maybe you have kids going by on their bikes, cars driving by, etc. You're going to get it all, and it's all backed up to the cloud, which is pretty nice. Then this just goes up as you do it. So 14 days motion detection, and then 30 days. I'd have to look what the pricings are for if you have multiple cameras, but this is just straight for this doorbell. Hopefully it goes down if you have multiples. So we're going to do the 1-year free trial. It comes up with this agreement here. You authorize billing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I agree. I'll say buy. Each Amcrest device has 1 free trial. Activate it, sure. And then it's going to ask for some billing information. So just hold on one moment. All right, so I just paid. One thing I'd love to see is Apple Pay or Google Pay instead of having to type it all in because I'm lazy. So what I've got is 3 days of motion detection storage in use. Mine expires, today's the 4th. I don't know why it says the 11th. Maybe they give you some extra days. On 2021, remaining time 373 days, and then they're going to charge me. I mean, that's so far out, most people would forget that they even had a trial, and then they would start paying. So there it is there. So I'm going to go back. There we go. So it took, I don't know, was it 10 seconds? So there's no recording, so I'm going to pause it, run out front, get some recording, and then come back. All right, so I ran around outside, and I'll show you what I've got. Events did have a little red circle, but I already clicked it just to see if it worked. But if I go to events, it says someone's at the front door, this was 2 minutes ago. If I click this, there's me at the front door. But then it also said motion detected at the front door, see, 1 minute before. So if I go here and go to play, give it a second. Basically, I walked out the front door, so it just gets my shoulder. I do need to kind of tip it a little bit. So there's me going down to the mailbox. And it gets it there. And then if I go back, it says someone's at the front door. So this was me straight clicking the button. I go to play. New recordings may take 30 seconds to upload before they're available to viewing. So I'm waiting for that upload. Well, there's me there. So I go to live view, and then that's just the live. So that is it. If I go to cloud recording, here it is out of the cloud, and it gives this really nice timeline. There's me leaving, and then going down there. If I come back to this, so I'm really waiting just on that upload to the cloud. But I really like this feature because the timeline, I can pan through it, and it gives a snippet thumbnail view of what is happening, which is great. So you can pan through all sorts of motion and see, is it someone at the door? Is it someone way out, etc.? So this cloud storage is worth looking into. Well, that's it for the Amcrest doorbell camera. Thanks again for sending me a free unit to test this and show you guys how to use it. If you have any questions about any part of the video, I can make a follow-up video, or I'd love to answer your questions. Again, if this video was helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Additionally, hit that red subscribe button and the little bell to see additional home tech videos. Thanks again for watching.